Okay, this is 5.5, the last lesson of the module. So we're going to apply operations with rational numbers. That's your standard. And then your objective is to be able to solve problems involving multiplication, division of fractions and decimals with at least 80% accuracy given independent practice. So the first thing we're going to do is interpret a word problem. I know you guys don't like word problems, but those are the things that we use in real life. And so when you ask, when am I going to use this math in real life? This is when you're going to use it in real life, okay? It says Naomi earned $54 mowing lawns in 2 days, and she worked 2.5 hours on Monday and doesn't end. 4.25 of an hour on Tuesday. If she was paid the same amount per hour, how much money did she get paid per hour? So first thing we have to figure out is, okay, what information am I given? I know that she earned a total of $54, so I can write that down. So that's the total, right? And then we know that she worked 2.5 hours and then 4.5 hours here. So then she worked 2.5 hours plus 4.25 of an hour. Okay. So how do I find my unit rate? So basically, how do I find how much she earned per hour? I have to get the total that she earned. Okay. And that is going to be equal however much money she's getting paid per hour. So I'm gonna put money is gonna be equal to the hours that she worked times basically her hourly rate. We know that she worked a total of this many hours. Remember, when I add decimals together, I have to line up my decimals, so then I have that right there. And you can add a 0 here if you want to, not necessary, but you can. So that's 5, that's 7, and that's 6. So she earned $54 total. I know that. And then she worked 6.75 of an hour, and I don't know how much she's getting paid. So I'm gonna put that as in X because I don't know how much she's getting paid. So the question is, okay, what do I do now? That means this number times that is going to give me that. So what do? You need to, so for unit rate we do total divided by quantity. In this case it's total money, so that's 54, and I'm going to divide that by 6 hours and 75 hundredths of an hour. So let me do this right here. Remember, first one goes inside the house, so I'm going to take 54 and then I'm going to divide that by 6 and 75 hundredths. Remember, I cannot have a decimal on the outside as divisor, so I'm going to move this twice to the right, and what I do to the outside I need to do to the inside. Now in this case you might be like, but it doesn't have a decimal. Yes it does, but it's invisible. Okay, now you're going to make it visible by putting it right there. Okay, so then you go 1 2 times, and that's 1 2 0. So you basically end up with something that looks like that. Okay, now I'm going to take 3 digits. So I'm going to take 3 digits, and I know that there's is not enough. So then I'm going to take the 4 digits. Now when you take the 4 digits, what you can do is give this to that, give this to this, and then the rest give it to the 6, and then you're going to figure out how many times does 6 go into 54. It's about 8 times. Okay, so 8 times 6 is 48, and 9 times 6 is 54, but you have this right here, so that's not going to be enough. So let's try 8. So then it's 8 times 5, that's 40, carry 4 over. 8 times, I'm basically doing this, you guys, on here. So I don't want to do it this way and then add it here. I can just do it directly here. So 8 times 5 is 40, carry 4 over, and then I go 8 times 7 is 56 plus 4, that's 60, so carry my 6 over. And then 8 times 6 is 48. 40 plus 8 is actually 54. So that's basically that, right? And so it's $8. So she's getting $8 per hour. Okay, that's her hourly rate. Okay, let me go ahead and give you one to do for that. So same idea, but she earned in this case $52.50, and she worked 2 days, 3.5 hours, and then 1 hour and 75 hundredths of an hour. How much is she getting paid per hour? Okay, here we go. This one right here. So this one says we're going to use fractions and decimals in problems. So a pizza was $4.50 and you paid 3/5 of the bill. How much do you pay? Now when you want to do, okay, you paid this much and it gives you that a fraction form, you have to multiply. Okay, so for instance, if we say my water bottle holds 300 milliliters and yours holds 1/2 of it, you multiply. Okay, so then I take Now the question is, okay, I have a decimal and I have a fraction. So what do I do? So you have to choose. You rather work with fractions or you rather work with decimals. I personally prefer fractions. So let me turn this into a fraction. So I'm going to take 14 and then 50 over 100. When I simplify this, that gets to 14 and a half. And then I have to change that into an improper fraction. So I go 14 times 2, that's 28, plus 1 more, that's 29. So I have 29 halves, and then I multiply that times 3 over 5. And then I can, in this case, there's nothing for me to cross cancel, so I can just multiply it straight across. And then I have to simplify. So that's 3 times 9, that's 27. Create my 2 over, and then 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2, that's 8. And then 5 times 2 is 10. And then I say, okay, how many times does 87 go? Does 10 go into the 87? That's 8. And then I have 7 tenths. If I want to change this into a decimal, it's $8.70, right? 7 tenths. So that's how much money I pay. Now, for those of you who prefer decimals, I'm going to keep that the same. And I'm going to turn 3/5 into a decimal. So how do I do that? I go 3 divided by 5. Remember, first one goes inside the house. So when I do that, I get this, okay? So then I multiply times 6, 10. So 6 times 5 is 30, carry 3 over. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3, that's 27, carry 2 over it. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2, that's 8. And I go 1, 2, 1, 2. Voila! Same answer. Different method, but same answer. Okay? Let me go ahead and give you one to do. A pixel was $27 and you pay 1/4 of the bill. How much do you pay? Go ahead and do that. And if you get into, run to the nearest tenth. Okay, so if you have if it's $3.50 or whatever the case may be. Okay? Remember, you can do this. You got this. You're smart. Let's just not give up. God bless you. Bye-bye.